welcome to PES Blog. Today with us we have TECHWARTS, which is a community of 4 clubs. And now introduce yourself, guys. Hello.
Hey, I'm Priyansh. I'm from 4th SEM and I'm the chairperson of TechWorks. Hi.
Hey guys, I'm Pradish Kapoor. I'm the vice chair for TechWarts. I'm in CSE 4th SEM.
Hi, I'm Kulachi and I'm the co-lead for Pixel TechWorks.
Hi guys, I'm Toshani, head of product with the programmers from 4th SEM CSE.
All right.
Hi guys, my name is Joy. I'm the present head of Predict This, an ML club. I'm also pursuing my BTech of focus in CSE. I'm right now in my 4th semester.
So, hey guys, my name is Keshav and I'm the head of the 0-Day Cybersecurity Club at TechWarts, and currently I'm at 6th semester CSE.
So the first question we have for you guys is, what is TechWorks? In essence, what is TechWorks?
TechWarts is basically a community. So it's the house of technology at PES Electronic City. We have 4 clubs under us, namely Predict This for machine learning, We the Programmers for competitive programming, Pixel for AR, VR, and 0-Day for cybersecurity. Our core team mainly consists of 2nd and 3rd years. So we're a club where beginners are encouraged to get on board and get experience. As a fresher, if you join in, you probably go along as a member of the club for the first year, and in your 2nd year, you get a chance to even lead a club.
So how did TechWorks come up?
Okay, so before that, just want to know, how does any club comes up? So any club comes up because there are some certain amount of like-minded people in the campus who are interested in a certain field or domain, and they want to contribute to the domain, or just make other people know what are the benefits of the domain, what are the career aspects of the domain, how we can do good in that domain. So TechWorks also had some similar thoughts, and a lot of people from our 2 years seniors, like the 2021 passing out batch, they thought of starting a technical club in the campus. So basically, there were a lot of domains that were going to be started as a whole. So they decided to make a managing committee of all of them, which consists of TechWorks core team members. And under that, we have all the 4 clubs, which are domain respective, and they just contribute a lot to the domain, and whatever new comes up or whatever they want to have an event with, they collab with core team members and conduct events regarding that.
Our activities at TechWarts mainly consist of holding competitions, workshops, and talks related to the respective fields of tech, apart from the club's own internal activities.
TechWarts is consisted of 4 clubs, so let's start with each. So what is Predictors and what is unique about it?
Okay, so again, introducing, hi guys. Predict This is an ML club, machine learning to be precise. So what our main objective or agenda is to foster students to take up hands-on experience in this domain, especially AI and ML. What we do mainly is document. There are many activities, the internal activities being amongst the club. So firstly, we have encouraged our students to take up writing articles, blogs, which is one of the cliche thing to do in ML field or domain, or any other field rather, but it's something really special in ML. So that is something we have started. Apart from that, we keep scouting for datathons from various colleges across India, even throughout the world. So these are mainly the 2 activities presently we do internally in the club. Apart from that, we even host a datathon, which was supposed to happen last year, but was cancelled due to COVID. So that was one event hosted in collab with Predict This. Probably could tell that. That's it about Predict This.
All right. So what is Pixel and what is unique about it?
So basically, our club Pixel mainly focuses on all the exciting possibilities in the world of AR VR, which is augmented reality and virtual reality. So we want to show to the students that, AR VR is not just this cool artsy technology, but also that it has a lot of real world applications. So we do that through multiple things. So mainly our aim is to get the students into this world of AR, VR and game development through some hands-on workshops or some interesting updates or maybe some competitions. So for example, last year we conducted an Presu IO course on AR, VR. And we also had this gameathon, which was basically first a webinar and then a competition on game development. And in the future as well, we plan on mainly doing certain webinars to get the freshers into and give them an overview of what AR, VR, and game development actually is. And the same thing happens. So we have core members who have a brief overview of what all these things are. And we basically want freshers to come to us so that we can teach them more and we can do projects together and things like that.
All right. So what is Zero Day and what is unique about it?
So the Zero Day Club mainly focuses on the cybersecurity field. So here we teach the newcomers about how hackers exploit into machines, and through that we can also teach them how people can defend against such domains. And in cybersecurity, we also focus on the various aspects within it, such as uh, participating in CTFs, maybe penetration testing, vulnerability exploitation, and so on. And when it comes to the members who are there within the club, there's not really a restriction on who can be. You can be a complete beginner who's just interested and wants to learn more, or someone who has an experience. It's kind of like for everyone.
So what is We the Programmers and what is unique about it?
So We the Programmers is basically a competitive programming club. And what is unique is we are not just for, say, experienced people, but also for beginners. Anyone is free to join the club as long as you have the dedication to continue and stay at it and not give up right in the beginning, because competitive programming requires a lot of practice. And again, the format is the same. We have a core team and we have members. So the core team includes people with vast knowledge within mainly data structures, algorithms, and other concepts required for competitive programming. And they not only teach the beginners, but they also provide support to the experienced members who want to participate in competitions and so on.
So, what are some of the activities that TechWarts conducts as a whole? And could you go a little bit more into detail about the activities that each individual club conducts?
Okay, cool. So the main activity that is involved with this is firstly within the internal members. Firstly, we have two slabs, a beginner's lab, intermediate slab. Basically, you could assume them to be two different tracks, wherein a beginner starts off who's new to this field. We give him resources, we give him tasks to complete, be on weekly basis. Since it's holiday, so we are going weekly basis, and then he has a report of whatever he learned in that track. And then coming to the intermediate part, wherein these guys have already a grasp of this ML field, ML AI and deep learning. So in this and solve it, a shorter one, max at most, it would take you 2 weeks to solve the easy beginner level real world projects. Apart from this, we have even planned on to take up the bigger real world projects, which should take you around 6 months to do, depending on who stays on with the club. Now coming to one of the most essential activity we are doing this, or something new we have started is, again, like I mentioned before, article writing. So we thought the best way of learning anything is about documenting what you learned. So what we've encouraged our members is whatever new concept you're learning, for example, into ML or some mathematical concept, you're going to document it. You're going to write a very good article or blog, like whatever any other ML page on does it right now. And then we have our own repository on GitHub wherein we're going to store all these documents. So later on in the future reference, it's going to be really easy to just go through what exactly it was. Being said, these concepts are highly volatile. This is a new initiative we have started about documenting their work and then storing it in our repository. Coming to the external activities, we do go and take part in datathons. Being due to this pandemic, it's all virtual now. So we scout for datathons throughout this community. If there's any datathon or something, we're just going to take part in it, or any other hackathon related to ML or DL, we form as a team and then we go take part in it. And coming to our in-house thing, we even host a datathon called Tensor. The second iteration is going to come up probably in 2 months from now or 1 month from now. So Predict this is in collab in conducting the event.
So in Pixel, most of our activities are mostly aimed at introducing and involving the new people into our community and to give them just a basic idea about AR, VR. So that's why we conduct hands-on workshops and some interesting updates and sometimes even competitions. So we started off by conducting a PES course on AR, VR last year to get people interested into AR, VR. And then we conducted this gameathon, which was basically a webinar on game development, and it was followed by a competition. And we got some pretty good participation, and people actually started getting interested in game development. And in the future, we plan on doing the same. We plan on putting webinars on the basics of AR, VR so that we can get more students interested into this, since it's comparatively a pretty new thing to show up. So we thought of going from the basics, getting some nice webinars in on both augmented reality, virtual reality, and some game development as well.
So within the 0 Day Club, we have 2 different sets of activities. So one set is basically the sessions that happen every week. So these are hands-on sessions that happen every Saturday, where beginners, intermediate, and advanced people are split into 3 groups and sessions are conducted. And the other set of activities are like challenges that are posted for the club members internally so that they can solve. It might be based on something they've already learned or something they might have to Google or do a little bit of research about to solve it. So that comes about the activities. And in terms of events, we have one workshop for an introduction into the field and a little more details about that. And another is a CTF. So that is basically an event where people are introduced to challenges or puzzles within the cybersecurity field, where they solve it and submit flags for the same.
Okay, so far in the last year we had first the selection event, which is basically to ensure that the people who are joining are going to put in the time and effort required in competitive programming. So we had a basic screening in which all the people who had registered attended a competition, and after that we also conducted Analyze Me, which was a part of the TechWarts annual fest, which happens every year on their anniversary. And that was again a competitive programming competition. Apart from that, we conduct internal events for the club members, wherein for the beginners we teach them the new concepts or anything they need to know to enter the field of CP. Whereas for the experts or the even the intermediates, we either let them participate in competitions, and we also provide them of information of any upcoming competitions and how to go about it. Apart from that, we are looking to form teams for, say, any of the international CP competitions. And for this academic year, we are planning one major event in the month of March, which will be a 24-hour competitive programming event. And apart from that, we'll have internal events which may include webinars, teaching sessions, discussion sessions, and so on.
For the whole TechWorks collaborated last year with OnCreate. So OnCreate is also one of the mobile development app, basically a development app. So we conducted app sprint wherein there was app prototyping followed by app development. So this was just conducted in view of thinking of just beginners. So even if you are a beginner, you can just prototype on basic tools like Figma and Adobe XD, and just submit your solution on how an app should look like basic its wireframing and its prototyping. On the top of that, we also have that the same prototype converted to a real world app. So yeah, the participants was judged on based on that, and we have judges from industries. So yeah, that was the event we conducted. And also adding to the annual Tech Fest, Analyze Me, we had a 3-round long event. So in that 3 round, the first was just an aptitude round, which consisted of multiple choice questions, which basically is asked in exams also of what do you say, first years. Then we had a proper coding round in which there were 5 to 6 questions of coding that you have to solve. And on after that, we have a filtering process, like seven of the top people from coding round were selected. And then we had a idea pitching round. So what happened in idea pitching round was you are given a real world problem basically. And based on that, you have to come up with a solution and pitch it to the judge. So basically, it tests your placements. Placement. It is good. It is good from placements perspective. How do you think, and what are the good qualities you have? So we had that as a final round, and then it was concluded.
Yeah, so as all the club heads mentioned, our annual Tech Fest is held every odd semester. It is one of our biggest open competitions, which includes events from each of the clubs. And apart from these open to all student events, we, as the club mentions, they also have all their internal activities. Apart from these events, we also regularly conduct talks and workshops, which are open for everyone around college to join into.
So, how does recruitments work in your clubs? Do you have like a screening process or an interview as such?
Yeah, cool. I'll start off. So basically,
Yeah.
for recruiting, we follow this procedure wherein we first take in interested students who will take in the registrants through some probably we'll just take in their details, and then whoever was interested and registered to be a part of the club, we'll send them a doc file which has comprehension related to basic ML topics, which is one read, like probably through a single read you can understand what exactly it is. And that comprehension is going to be 5 page long, and we would give them a week long time. They can just go read through it in a week, the 5 page comprehension. After that, we're going to pose 5 open-ended descriptive type questions to test their understanding on it. So that is, after that, we're going to have a screening process wherein we'll get into a one-on-one interview with the participants, and then we're going to finalize who gets to be part of the club. That's it from Predict This.
Yeah, now Pixel.
So Pixel is basically just looking for students who show some commitment and some curiosity to learning something new, because AR/VR is fairly something new that's coming up. So we basically just want them to be enthusiastic about learning from the core members and basically happy and excited to get an exposure into this world of AR/VR and game development, and maybe work on some fun projects and stuff together. So we just want someone who's interested in learning and ready to explore something new. And that's about it.
Now is 0 day. Yeah.
All right. So for the members who want to join, we really expect those guys to be really enthusiastic about that what they want to learn, so that it's easy for us and the core members to effectively teach all whatever the topics they want to teach. And that is when it comes to recruitment. So for the members, it's just collected through Google Forms. And when it comes to the core team, there are certain requirements for each role that is provided, and details for all the roles are usually provided within the Google form itself. So that's for recruitment is concerned.
Yeah, now I think, yeah, Toshani, yeah.
Okay, so for recruitment into We the Programmers, there are 2 parts. One is the core team and one are members. Core team recruitments, they're mostly over for this semester, but if someone's really interested, they can contact me and we'll see what we can do about it. Whereas for the members right now, we'll release a Google form which they'll have to fill in with their details, and after that we'll have a small screening process to see if you're really dedicated and enthusiastic about CP uh, by the means of a small CP event or a competition conducted online. It's not gonna act like a cutoff that you have to score so much to get into the club, but more to see whether you're actually interested and are going to put in the time and effort required. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so what exposure does each club provide? We'll start with Practice.
So the exposure we provide, as I told before, where we scout in for datathons. Usually all the datathons, what they set up is the first three gets a PPI, that is a pre-placement internship in the company. And if it's sponsored by any of our data ML related company. So scouting for such related datathons is one of our main agendas. When we find a datathon related to that, we go take part in that. And then if we finish in top three, we obviously get into internship there, PPIs, and if sometimes in PPOs. So that is one of the main exposures. The other ones which we are talking about is we are giving an early head start into this domain. Being in second year, you're almost surpassed the beginner stages and you're taking up real world projects. So that is something a plus point when you turn up for any internship recruitment or a job recruitment. Apart from that, we are even introducing them to article writing, which is again a really important soft skill in the present industry. So these are the main exposures that is, given by us.
All right. Okay, now Pixel.
So in Pixel, basically the main exposure that we provide is we are a team who will teach and we will make sure that the new recruits are learning more about AR, VR, and as well as game development we use Unity for game development. And along with that, we also want to collaborate within ourselves, like the new recruits and our score team to, take part in some hackathons or maybe build some games together or build any idea that anyone might have, because since it's a fairly new thing coming up, so we decide to build from the start and go ahead. So working together in building new things is what we plan to do, along with teaching and stuff like that.
All right, now Zero Day.
All right, so when it comes to exposure, general exposure would be mainly through giving an insight to all the members of how attacks and exploits are created or deployed by attackers, so that they can create security measures around them so that they don't get attacked. And when it comes to industry exposure, our main focus is providing you the enough experience by the end of your college, so that uh, or third year, so that finding internship will be a much easier task for the people who continue to stay in the club.
All right, now we have We the Programmers.
So the exposure we give, as everyone knows, competitive programming is one of the key steps for any job application procedure. So by laying an early foundation, we help people be strong with their basics and experienced with respect to the format in which all the CP events work, or the competitive programming rounds of job selection works. That is one. Second, we have webinars, and third is we teach new concepts, or we teach students about say how to overcome errors or any of those situations they face during the event.
Yeah, so TechWarts is going to be recruiting freshers soon. We're probably aiming for the middle week of Jan. So keep an eye out for recruitment messages. Follow us on our Instagram _TechWarts, and we'll give you the details of them soon. There's going to be an orientation going to be held online. So just keep an eye out on your chats and your servers. We'll get to you.
So on a slightly lighter note, what's the funniest or the most innovative thing that you guys have ever experienced during an event that you guys have conducted? It could be anything, like a really good app idea, or it could be just the funniest silly mistake that someone's made. So if you guys would be willing to share some of that, I think it would provide a good number of people a slightly better perspective on how things are.
During the events, there are a lot of things or silly mistakes happens, even from us, even from the ones who are heading the event also. So one is just what I remember was a draft or a message which was going to be posted out sometime at the night, and that was not complete. I just rolled it out to all the broadcast groups without even asking the team, and there were certain edits that were pending to that draft. So yeah, then I really needed to apologize to the team that I really didn't thought of it and I just rolled it out. Okay, so yeah, that was a kind of, yeah, that's a learning experience. Everyone learns from that. Secondly, one experience which I would like to share is which I think everyone should learn about it is see, we had our first year, we had 2 or 3 event experience, and then suddenly there was this annual tech fest happening. Okay, and the second years were all in mood to hand over the positions to us. Okay, and we didn't knew at that time. Fine. So it was all about who comes up and who takes the responsibility. So at that time, I just came up with a plan. So it was like just conducting and coding round, and that's it. I was like, no, why should we just conduct a coding round? Why can't we have 3 rounds and just engage the audience with whole 2 days? So it's all about taking up the responsibility. And then the club head also said that would you take the responsibility with some other members? Yeah, Pradish was there, Joy was there. So he grouped us all and just gave away the responsibility. Like, I'm not going to interfere whatever you are doing. I'm just going to watch from the top. So all of us had completely zero or 1 or 2 events experience, and then suddenly we built out a team of like appreciate, like they couldn't even expect what we guys did. It was an online event, everyone was new to it, but still we could manage to do that. So yeah, it's all about taking responsibilities, and when things comes to you, you should never say no. So yeah, that was a weird experience, or like that was turning point for all of us. Following with that, now these days, it's a lot fun for me. Like, whosoever comes in on Instagram DMs to TechWorks, they just roll out my contact number, and everyone is like very curious about how to get into TechWorks, what TechWorks basically is, and what are the recruitment process happening. So I have to DM a lot of people individually to just clear off their doubts, and while chatting with them, it's a lot fun, because even I was there at their place just a year before. Where even I was excited to get into clubs, and believe me, this not rocket science or something getting into the club. I hope that watching this video till now, you must have got a little bit clarity about what happens at TechWorks and how we recruit people. It's no rocket science. You just have to show a lot of enthusiasm towards the club. That's all. So yeah, that's some of the moments I think I want to share. Thanks.
Right. Okay.
How do we as freshers reach out to your clubs and TechWorks?
So as a fresher, you can either directly text one of us. We'll leave our details in the description. You can just WhatsApp us. We'll get back to you. We'll give you whatever you need to know. Or you can check out our Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram and DM us there. We'll leave the handle in the description, but it's @_TechWarts. We also have an email ID, which is TechWarts as @pes.edu. And we also have a LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn but not on Instagram, you can follow us on LinkedIn as well. So we're open and available on all of these places, and our website also has a contact box. So you can reach us on any of these places and we'll get back to you.
Okay, so all the clubs are having events right now, and they also want to plug their events right now, and here it is.
Yeah, guys. So apart from being the vice chair for TechWarts, I'm also the head of operations for Predict This. Along with Joy, I helped out at the club. So for this semester, we have one of our biggest datathons planned out. It's called Tensor 2.0. It's still a tentative event. It's coming out in March. So this was going to happen last year as well, but it was supposed to be a pretty big datathon. And given that it's a datathon, we were obviously looking at a lot of participation from around colleges. So for this particular semester, it's going to be tentatively in the month of March. This is definitely something that beginners interested in data science and ML should look out for. And Predict This is going to be at the forefront of this, along with a few other clubs. So just keep your eyes peeled for this.
So tentatively in the month of March, we will be conducting a webinar along with the competition on this application called Spark AR. So Spark AR is basically for augmented reality, and it's mainly used for creating these filters that you usually see on Instagram or you see on Snapchat. So we'll be conducting a webinar teaching on how it works from like the scratch, from the basics to how to make an actual filter. And then we'll have a competition based on it to see how people have learned and how well they can do in it. So this is tentatively in the month of March.
All right. So our club has planned out on a workshop for this semester. So more precisely, somewhere around next month, and this will be mainly focused on getting the newcomers interested in the field. So I mean that's it.
So we, the programmers, is planning one competitive programming event tentatively scheduled in mid-March. And we are trying to make it a 24-hour event, which is again yet to be confirmed. But you can keep your ears to the ground. We'll spread the word about it. And apart from this, there'll be internal events also.
Okay, so thank you viewers for watching this video. It was amazing. Thank you so much for all you guys for coming. I mean, TechWarts really is an amazing club. It has a community of clubs rather. It has 4 great clubs underneath. You guys are amazing, and thank you guys for spending time with us. I'm sure many freshers will join your club, so thank you guys.
Yes,
We
thank you all.
definitely like to thank you guys too for the exposure in the platform. I'm sure this is going to help a lot of freshers given that it's all online.
Yeah, thank you all for coming though.
Thank you.
Like making time on a Friday evening.
Yeah.
We learned a lot. We learned a lot. So thank you guys for taking some time out of your busy schedules to let the rest of us know what's going on.
Right.
We definitely look forward to interacting more with you guys.
There's also a link down below for our PES Freshers Instagram page and Discord, and there's also one for our Instagram page on this channel, PES Club. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video,
Like, share, and click here to subscribe.